Keep posting your thing. Welcome back to Corny Dad's Podcast, episode 13.
It's called marketing, Ben.
I know, and it needs to be on our show. So that's what's happening right now, guys. The back end of this is insane. You wouldn't imagine what goes into the content creation that comes out on Corny Dads. For real, though. Welcome back. Last episode was the Primo episode.
I feel like it's like still detoxing from it.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing that stays in your system for like a year. Like, you're not pissing clean. You're just not. That was gnarly.
Like, in Primo's credit, too, like, he's such a genuine guy that, like, he messaged me. I
thought it was empty! I don't know what to do. All right.
Just leave it.
I'm just gonna leave it. Shout out to the mugs that Nick's wonderful wife got us mugs for our podcast. Thank you, Jen.
Go.
Freaking dope.
Thank you.
Let's see how they rip. Let's do a little
function test.
It's nice. It's
sippable.
Nice. The black is a nice touch.
Fuck, that was too funny.
Now the bottom of my cup's wet. Anyways. I'm done, dude. I'm done. Whatever.
To continue. Like, to Primo's credit, like, he's such a genuine guy. He, like, messages, like, I hope I did well.
Oh, dude, come on.
I hope,
come on.
I hope I did good.
Did
you think it well? I was like, Primo, you fucking, like, that's exactly what we're hoping for.
Yeah, it's like a guitar solo.
Hour 20 Primo rant.
Yeah, like, it's like a drum solo. It just lasts half the concert. We're like, that's our concert.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah,
So
I told him, I was
Primo.
like, we did not plan on talking at all.
Yeah.
We were like, okay, just like, we'll say like 2 or 3 things to freaking prod him along. And
we need to come up with a name for how we do podcasts. We do freestyle podcasts. Because we don't plan shit.
Nothing.
We kind of do. We've started doing it, and it helps a little bit. So if you have things that you want us to cover in the podcast, it always helps to leave us a comment, too, and be like, yo, the Primo episode was the best one. Or just, like, let us know what you think's most fire. Because we're just having fun, and we love talking about whatever comes up.
yeah, that's really, really true.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, it's not... We always say we like to base the podcasting glass, that's our backbone, that's our spine to the whole thing. But, like, man, we love just talking about anything and everything. Like, it's fucking, it's super fun.
Yeah, it's like being in a glass shop. You don't just talk about glass. You talk about life in general and everything going on that influences your glass. So that's what we talk about on here as well. Speaking of things that influence life, shit's going down in my life right now. And I'm potentially close to a house, which is wild to think about. So it's like
It's huge, man. It's huge. It's really, really big.
Thank you.
Really big.
Yeah, so we're in the process right now, and like, thankfully my parents are helping me with it, so the process is moving along instead of getting hung up at an earlier stage. So it's pretty crazy. And that's
Shout out to white privilege.
yeah, for real. I mean, that's what you want to do ideally. It's interesting how demonized it is, and like,
Come on.
I like hate it kind of, but at the same time, it's just is what it is, and like, I'd be dumb not to take the help that I'm given.
It's, I mean, like, and if you're not in the position to take help from, family members or whatever, and they're, you don't have that type of family, then that's obviously something to work and strive towards to, like, better the next generation so that you can be there to co-sign. Like, we had co-signers on our house.
Yeah.
Like, it's the only way we've gotten it.
Yeah, people, what I realized was people that I look up to also had the same sort of ups and downs in their process. So I was like, shoot, if they came out dope and how I, like, want myself to see, or how I see myself, like, that means I don't have to be strict on myself about, like, doing everything on my own for pride's sake. Like, that becomes damaging. Come on, Omar.
Omar, come on.
By the way, guys, we're in Gabagool's wonderful house. As you can see, look at our lower halves. We're getting lit up like freaking angels. You remember at DFO when I was freaking out about John W?
Yeah, they're like
Story
one
time.
stream of light.
Story time. We might have touched on it. We talked about DFO once. Hello.
Omar, sit.
This is Omar. And there's Bruce down there. They're both pretty dope. Omar's a bigger version of my dog.
Bruce, come on.
Come on, Bruce.
Come on, bud. Come on.
I have a little Chiweenie. And Omar's like a 1.75 X version.
Yeah.
It's like not quite twice as big. He's like pretty big. Anyway, so DFO, there was this dope situation where like they're in this huge... It felt like a fucking airplane hangar, but it's a boat hangar.
Yeah, it's a marine hangar.
There's a giant building that's metal ceilings and everything like that. And what do you know? One part of the ceiling, for some reason, is just fucking missing. And it's shining down an angelic beam of light right onto John W. Glass when he's doing a filacello. Like, on his torch. Like, as if God was, like, angels singing, shining a specific beam of light. Like a flashlight.
Production lighting.
Oh my
like
God.
production lighting.
Tripping. Because you just step back and see all of the glass blowers. There's 25 or something. And just one is illuminated like that.
It's so hard to, like, emphasize and, like, to, like, put, like, into reality, like, what was going on at DFO along that line of artists.
Yeah, what was?
Like,
I mean, oh,
like, it's like, how do you put to words? And, like, it is no exaggeration to say that the best glass artists in the United States were all there doing work at the same time along one, like 50 to 60 yard row of torches. Mm-hmm. Like, it was insane.
It was insane. Blowing. Yeah.
Like, you could put a number value on it and, like, look at all the different pieces that were made.
Dude.
And be like, what, over a million? Like,
yeah, I mean, rumor has it the Salt body armor was $300K.
Shut the fuck up.
Which is, like, the most I've ever heard for a piece other than the butt glass chandelier. Have you heard that story?
No.
Dude. Okay, well, it's like a story from a story from a story. So this is real. We're getting real podcasty, guys. Because this is not even, like, from a friend of a friend. This is just a story from the fucking internet. So, just take it with a grain of salt. You know, your boy
This
doesn't
is
know
truth. This is truth.
Yeah.
Nothing but the truth. Let's run it.
Yeah, I'm not personal friends with anyone involved in here, so don't even, like, worry about it. But it's a really good story, and I kind of feel like it's true. So when, like, 2014, 15, things were really popping off, that was kind of like when BHO maybe was peaking, you might say.
Okay.
And, like, a lot of people were just making so much fucking money and buying really, really expensive pieces. Like, that was when it was really, really, really starting. I mean, it had already been going forever, but, like, it was starting to be, like, common for people to get 10K pieces and shit.
Well, you said 2014, 2015?
Yeah.
So that's right around whenever Oregon legalized.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so that makes
you
sense.
have Cali legal, Colorado legal, and then Oregon and somewhere else voted and came legal around that same time.
Washington,
so, yeah.
probably.
Oh, no, yeah, Washington was the year before us.
Yeah, huge.
So, yeah, it would have been Washington would have been, like, okay, so, yeah, so, like, you have the main wave of legalization.
Yeah, which was gnarly, and, like, pieces were selling for so much, and that was, like, the biggest bull run I've been part of in glass for sure, because I was a buyer at that point, and I was like, this is insane. I was spending tons of money on glass, and it was, like, everyone else was, too. It was crazy. But around then, more people started to get hip to the scene. And as you might know, you know Dan Bilzerian?
Yeah.
He started to get hip to the scene.
Yes.
Around then. So what's, like, the fun competitive thing to do when you're a rich guy who, like, has rich friends or whatever? You just, like, compete with the things you own. Yeah. It's, like, super common across all industries. Whether it's, like, cars or jewelry or whatever. It's just, like, that's what people do. So he started to do it with Headies, though, around then. Yeah. He, like, the kind of vibe. I mean, I don't know. Dan, if you want to be on the podcast, we can cut it there. We can just have you on. But
I don't think he's in exactly the best shape right now.
Well, yeah, and you know, I don't even know if he has any chillins, any kids, so he might not be qualified, you know. But
anyway. I don't think he has any money right now.
Well, we might get there if we have to. So, okay, so the vibe was just like he came up in the scene and was just like, yeah, I know Headies, I could do this, because he bought, like, stanky Heady pieces, like the type of Headies where it's like, dude, you should, like, you like shouldn't own that unless you have dreads and are a master grower. like I don't know if someone who's not really gnarly should own this piece, because it's just some of those pieces are so historical and, like, so meaningful.
Yeah,
just have so much backstory. It's hard to be like, yeah, just, like, buy it, some rich dude, you know. It's like, damn. Cool. So he was buying, like, what feels to me like, oh my god, just sentimental, like, the real juice.
Yeah.
So he just got turned on to, like, some really fucking good ones. Like, he bought a bunch of banjos and bucks. So, but buck is sort of maybe one of the best that's geared towards rich extravagance.
Okay.
Because think about the size and scale.
Yeah.
Not similar to, like, lace face. Like, lace face goes super big too.
Okay.
Super attractive for, like, bridging the gaps between pipes and fine art. But to Dan's credit, he would, I mean, I suppose it was his idea. obviously, this is still a fucking story, guys. So, fill in the blanks. You guys choose your own adventure, whatever. But the story goes that he was, like, collecting a bunch of headies, and then maybe it was his idea to have a chandelier made. I think he just got a big baller new mansion.
Okay.
So the rumor is that he had Butt Glass come down and make $1 million chandelier and, like, stay there to make it.
Jesus.
Now, I don't know if that's true. So I shouldn't say anything, but... It's still like a really cool story because it shows, like, the potential for the medium.
Yeah.
He was
didn't Goliath do a chandelier installment?
Yeah. So that's happening, across the industry. Alex Ubatuba does big sculptures too. Have you heard of his work?
Ubatuba, no.
Ubatuba is like kind of rolls with the Everdream crowd, like Combo and Coons Glass, that sort of like Colorado type of vibe. But he does the original Warlock pendants. That style of pendant that I love you Goliath, but the style of pendant that the Goliath does and that many people do, where it's like horns.
Yeah. Okay.
Ubatuba is the original guy who did that.
Okay.
Yeah. So he does that, but a lot of his work is like super horny. And, corny guys. But so he does like huge living light sculptures where he like has it. Maybe he knows how to, or he like has someone electrify like a giant big fuck off sculpture.
Yeah.
Somehow he has like really crazy lights all in it and around
it,
and like maybe he does it himself or whatever.
That's dope.
Super fucking.
Is it?
dope.
Is it?
Rich people shit.
Not is it neon. Yeah, is it like any sort of like neon type shit?
Maybe. Yeah. Maybe it is. Yeah, I don't know enough about neon to like know what exactly it is. But anyway, super dope. It's just cool to see like how the cultures cross and like the upper limits are always fascinating because like in fine art it's a completely different ball game. And
dude, at that point you're just doing money laundering.
Right. Yeah.
But for a reason. It's it's used as money laundering because it can fetch so much money and it's it's art, so it's subjective. Yeah, within
the utility of like that, there are people who do just do it for fun too. So yeah, like things,
that's what. Yeah. So that's what it meant was like it's a situation that's being taken advantage of for the money laundering because of its nature. Yeah. But it is really, really cool to see that, like, along with legalization, that this is one of the things that's happening. Yeah. Because, super dope. Because it's now, you can have an industry where, like, yes, I am making this to smoke out of. Mm-hmm.
That's new.
Yeah. Like, you just couldn't even do that before. So now, it's funny to think that you can, like, you have some artists that are actually, like, getting to the point where they're like, I don't want to make something to smoke out of. I would rather just make art. That's oh man, that's like the sensitive part of the sensitive artist, like how your armpit is like your weak spot. Yeah, like that, like sort of desire of hype artists to make other stuff is like it can be like a real sensitive spot that when that comes up, usually people really have an opinion. It's very polarizing because the diehards are like, I would never make anything but a pipe because I'm a pipe guy and like that's what I do, baby. Nothing ever else. Yeah. And then there's people like me who have like, well, like I have done other stuff and enjoyed it. So like, it's not necessarily like, it's not really as much of a statement for me. So maybe that's sort of unfolding. Like you started off in, functional.
Anything. Yeah.
Yeah. So you started off in just the regular art. So
yeah, for me it seems like a lot less of a statement. It's like, I don't feel like I'm like being anti-pipe if I make a sculptural thing or something. But it is pretty crazy because it gets to be very sacred. Yeah. Sort of the more like dope people I've been around, the like closer to the heart of it I get, which is still really far away because I'm just like still new to it. Like it has a really sacred tone, and like people who are really good at it usually like take this shit seriously and they see it as like a meditative thing and like much more than just the physical thing. It's like a connection to the whole culture and but eventually it's got to get let go of a little because the new generation isn't going to have the pain of like pre-legalization. So we can't blame the new generation for being like more lighthearted about it. Like they straight up like they don't have to worry like that. So like we don't need to make them worry.
You see that in the growing community so much.
Oh shit!
Because you have you have OG growers and breeders who have gone through the real fucking thick of it, the real fucking
dirt
thick
nasty
of it.
with the machete,
dude,
busting through it.
Come on, and then now you have kids growing up that that just wasn't. They went to school for it. They went, they went to school for fucking growing weed and are coming out of it and coming from it from that perspective.
Yeah, or they see it in just such a different context with maybe their parents healthily consume, which is more common now.
Yeah.
Or it's completely changing from what it was. But it's worth enjoy the new way of doing it. Don't just keep ourselves in the old mind state. We gotta respect it. We gotta give credit where credit's due. We don't need to inconvenience ourselves to save other people.
Yeah. I think also as someone coming up, in this generation or coming up in a generation where you don't have to worry about it, making sure to be conscious of that. Because I think where the line gets mixed is whenever you come up and you give no respect to the people that had to go through crazy shit.
Yeah.
It'd be like me talking shit about old marbles and why weren't they doing more cool dot stacks and shit like that.
Yeah.
It's well fucking dude, the colors they were working with didn't do that, and they only had 6 of them.
Well, yeah, and they had to reach into space and pull out a dot stack.
Yeah,
we have to reach into our phone.
Dude, listen to
they just brought it out of nothing.
Listening to Primo talk about the torches that they were using in the first place. Right. And we have things out there that are the flame. I can make it anywhere from the size of my pinky to the size of my forearm.
Yeah.
And anywhere in between, and keep it really tight or make it bushy or
Oh my god, yeah.
It's to give another perspective is liken it to skating. The stuff that they're doing now. Give someone a fucking big ass fishtail with giant clay wheels. Yeah. And no, you're not gonna fucking smith 10s there. You're not gonna be Letitia Buffoni and smithing out of the back.
Shout out!
Yo,
Nick just showed me this video. If you guys haven't seen it, his love, Letitia Buffoni.
You got it.
Yes.
Brazilian, amazing.
Baddie. Skateboards out of a freaking airplane and does smith grind to a parachute. Pretty badass.
It's not cheesy oh look, she grinded out it's rad.
Yeah, she actually nails it.
Yes.
You know what was funny? Is we were watching one of those win compilation videos. Have you ever watched those?
Win? No, I only watch fails.
I know you get on the wins. You step your life up, dude. Do a win comp. It's all everything's satisfying. It's the full court 3-pointers. It's the peeling off a sticker the first time. It's everything.
Omar.
What's up, Omar? We were watching one of those though, and occasionally there's action sports, so it's yeah, cool, trick. And it was just slow motion. This girl just ollieing off of a really okay ledge, but she just had huge tits. And Mama was yeah, that's what
win.
Yeah,
win,
right? And then the next one was just a man, and he was a quadruple rodeo backflip on skis or something. And Mom was this is what it is. You boys have to try so fucking hard. And girls are just boop. Here we go. Boop. And boys are
fantastic.
Quadruple. Let's go.
That's fantastic.
Oh my god. Amazing. Hell yeah. We've been on the fidget toys now. Mama's been on the fidget toys.
That's what you've been saying. It's a whole household thing.
I have an idea to bridge that world in glass. Do you know, at least in your periphery, have you seen mini brands or the little mystery things the LOL surprise dolls and the little just the little capsules of things? That's super popular in Target now. It all comes in little capsules. It's the new wave of similar vibe to Pokemon, but now it a lot of it's transitioning to mystery.
Okay.
So many things
mystery
that
box,
would have been packaged out. Tons of things are becoming in little eggs and little boxes and little packages that are mystery.
Let's go.
So I'm trying to think of a way to make that wave meet glass. So if you had little capsules that are like mystery things for certain price points.
Dude, I've been
fire.
like, the whole like mystery box shit
Yeah.
is like, I'd like so down.
Right?
So down. Who is it? X-Fade Glass. Shout out.
Yeah.
At X-Fade Glass.
There we go.
Does fucking dope heady boxes.
Hell yeah.
Dude, like, so in one of the only time I've ever done it, it was, I think, $2.99, you know, a box or whatever, $2.99. It was a heady box. Got a fucking space glass mushy rig, like fucking really nice fucking space glass mushy rig. Yeah, that came in a fucking free heady box.
And it wasn't the only thing?
No, dude, it was that, a fucking slurper set, banger, pendy, something else.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Hell
maybe
yeah.
dabber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout
Dude.
out to X-Fade. That's hooked up.
Right?
I try to hook up mystery boxes too because I know what it means. It's a fun experience.
And that's the whole, I don't know, if my mindset around mystery boxes has always been like, whenever you pay for something directly that you want, where you see it and go, I want that rig, or I want that fucking carved marble from Ben, like, you are paying a premium for that thing because you want that thing in that moment.
Yeah.
So that is the most expensive, you know, essentially the most expensive it'll ever be, unless, like, you know, you blow up and your work appreciates and all that shit. But, like, essentially, if we're just talking about general goods, you know, you walk in, you see something and you buy it, that's the most it'll be.
Yeah.
And then from there, there's reasons that'll depreciate value. And, you know, okay, so the mystery box, you don't know what you're getting. So you're not going, I want that thing specifically, but you're going, I want this general thing from this, for you, be like this artist.
Yeah.
So in my mind, like, okay, if I'm paying $200 for a mystery box, then, like, you know, if I would real value all this stuff out, it's going to be a little bit more.
Yeah.
You know?
Definitely.
But as an artist, you're going, like, you know, I get to sell all this stuff in one little bundle.
Yeah.
So, like, you can definitely devalue that a bit.
Yeah, for perspective, like, why you might get hooked up with a mystery box from me or X-Fade is because you're giving us some acceptance that, you know, it's a lot more than just one transaction. Like, it's all good. We do this every day. But having one transaction just be accepted in the way of, like, not being judged about what it is kind of what it truly is. It sounds more serious, but, like, it really feels like that sometimes when people agree to get mystery items or mystery boxes from me. It's just like, damn, dude, I want to respect the fuck out of you and give you something dope, because it's so freeing that someone's down if there's a little purple or black on something, or like a dot somewhere, or something unpredicted that, like, doesn't affect the function. Like, it's so dope to have that channel. I definitely find myself throwing in things that I don't even intend on throwing on. I'm just like, the box is open and, like, they're cool with it being a mystery, so, like, game on, whatever. Like, I'll just throw some shit in. Like,
Dude, but I think, like, even, like, say, like mystery pack of marbles, like, there is a lot, like, if you really think about it, there's a lot that goes into a sale of, like, a single marble. There's the creation of it, promoting it, selling it, packaging it.
we can
like,
even go beyond that because it's the raw material getting started to be made, but you're already there. Yeah,
there's a lot that goes into this sale of an individual marble to someone that goes, I want that specific marble. Mm-hmm. So to have someone be like, I just want some stuff from you.
Yeah.
Or if it's like a mystery marble pack, it's like, Rad, I'd want any marble from you. Like,
Yeah.
there's a lot of value for the artist in being able to just go, this one. And just grab a marble and put it in.
So dope.
So it's like, rather than being $30 to be like this specific marble that you specifically asked for, making sure that you get this one, make sure no one else gets this one. Like, it is like a $10 value to be like, I'll sell this one for $20 instead, just to be able to go, this one, and throw it in a box.
Yeah, definitely. Yep.
So I think mystery boxes are fucking dope. Mystery boxes are super dope.
And I believe
it's like Christmas, because you don't know what you're going to get on Christmas, but you know you're going to like it. So
Right.
it's like, I know I'm going to like stuff from Ben. Like, I know, because that's why I'm buying a mystery box from Ben.
Right. Today, we're giving the ad space to Brucey. He's been in the middle of this shot the whole time. He's been a great pup. He wasn't noisy, it was Omar. So shout out to you, Brucey. You make great D&B music in the UK. Brucey.
This is all that he wants in life, is hands on him. That's all that matters in Bruce's life. He's like, life's good.
Good. Yep.
More
More of
we're
that.
solid.
We back. We forgot to clap, dude. We've been losing it. It's okay.
Really been losing the
We've been
clutch.
hanging on, though. I spilled my water. We're all good.
Dude, that was so I still can't believe that shit. That was the best.
Yep. Yeah, it's cool when people are really flexible about stuff, and like that gives us kind of an opportunity to talk about like customs too, which is a really tricky subject too. It's another polarizing one that can like really shut people like me off, or like really energize some people. Some people just like the experience of someone else's idea and them being the one that like translates it into reality. Some people are made for that. I am not. I'm not at all. There's nothing more exhausting to me than hearing other people's ideas. It literally like drains me like so much. But
it's understandable because like
it's kind of privileged. So I want to make caveat, that's like a blessed kind of thing, but I still have this experience that I have to experience of like, shit, this is not really my style.
So like, shout out B Picks Glass.
Mm-hmm.
He's a collector of both Marcus P and Siren. And okay, so like Siren and Marcus P, they're like function guys. The stuff that they make is not only like aesthetically pleasing, but it's very, very functional. Like there are lots of tornadoes, lots of like symmetrical build outs, like a whole bunch of uptakes and drains. And so for someone to be like, oh, I want a custom Siren, like you're saying, I want a Siren piece in these colors.
That's about what the parameters would be.
And that like, and that is so different from looking at you and being like,
yeah,
I want a custom where you draw this thing on it and you make it this style of rig and you make it with these colors. It's like, that's a whole lot of custom work. Whereas like the other custom is just like you're picking colors.
Yeah, no, it couldn't be more different because like on this journey of life, like that thing that you messaged me from my past, that's like a road that I've driven down before. And I had a certain feeling and I like made certain turns when I drove down that road. What you asked me to do and you asked me to remake stuff, I mean, I do it and I still consider it because I'm open to it, and some of my work can appreciate with more of them being made or seen, or sometimes people offer me way more than one went for. Situations like that make sense for me to go for, so I'm still open to doing this occasionally with some pieces. But, I mean, the request is kind of like, okay, go down that road and like make it feel the same as it did last time. It's like, that's a tall fucking request. Like, I cannot do that, dude. I'm in a different headspace, and I feel different every piece I make. And, like, I pay attention to what the gloss is doing and, like, what I'm feeling, and I mold it accordingly. So, like, rules suck. Like, dude, it fucking sucks.
Before I started blowing glass, I thought that, or not even think, I didn't give a lot of thought.
Yeah.
I just, that, like, oh, you made something, you can make it again. Like it's almost it's almost like drawing. Like you can draw something, you just draw it again.
Dude, yeah.
And like, oh my god.
Not
like
at this point.
Like even to make two exact single color exact marbles exactly the same is really fucking difficult.
Yeah.
Like first of all, some colors simply no. You will not be able to make two marbles the same because they're striking colors. They're going to strike out differently in the fucking flame, in the fucking kiln. Like, so they are not going to look the same.
Yeah.
But then just like I know like for someone like you or even like someone, at the top of the game right now, like for them to make two marbles the exact same size, like, yeah, that's definitely fucking doable. Like you can make two marbles the exact same size down to the millimeter. But for like that's not easy. It's not an easy thing to do.
No, and for different people, it can be different levels of energizing or draining. For me, it airs on draining, Yeah. Some people, it might only be a little draining, but, like, that can really, like, get me quickly. Probably just means, I have more to open myself up to, because really a lot of it's, like, reasonable, but, dude, the mind state it puts me in is wild. When I have to replicate something or do something custom, it's like, oof, not as fun. Because each piece is like a little journey, and like I want, like, what ends up making it dope, I feel like, is all of the dope decisions that go into it. So when that's already planned out, it just doesn't feel as, it feels like under wraps instead of like how it should be. It's weird.
It's really fun in the moment, like feeling it, like I don't know, you know, like they say, like fucking freestyle jazz, like you're on a journey. You're like you're going along with whatever the feeling in the moment is.
There you go.
But like, dude, on the torch, like you get such a similar feeling where like you can be spinning and then just go like, oh fuck, that would look dope.
Yeah,
oh
dude,
fuck, that would look dope.
Yeah, or like this looks more like that.
Dude, one of Kubi and I's favorite thing to talk about is our warm up marbles.
There you go.
We're like, we'll do a warm up marble and spend an hour on it. It's just be like,
love it.
We're like, fuck no, this was supposed to just like get my wrist warmed up, and I just wanted to make a little fucking like, you know, slurper marble and just like clear. You know, we're like, whatever. I just wanted to fucking spin for a bit just to get the feeling and move on to something else, and then it's like, nope, you just end up fucking so deep in it, like, whoa. Oh wait, I haven't tried an implosion before. Let me try that one real quick. And then that'd be cool. I could put some dots around it on this one. Yeah. And then maybe if I had a little more clear on this side, it'll lens out. And
dude, it's gotta be reeled in. It unchecked. It's like wild. It's so wild how deep you can go. It's gnarly. Yeah. Speaking of, I'm going to Sweeney's later today. Sweeney is a wildly expressive dude who represents a lot of the freedom that we talk about in glass, and like what's possible with it is wild. So he's super dope to be around because he's always got some crazy new idea that is like furthering the game in his own little way. You know, they're like people like him are like at the forefront, and they're like did you ever play games like where you saw like the map on the screen? And like part of the map was black, like and stuff. Yeah. Like as you explore, more of your map is seen.
Yes, I've played Pokemon before.
Okay, boom. Yeah. I was like, how could anyone not have? But like, you know, like those industry leaders and stuff, they're like uncovering the map.
Yeah,
they're the ones who are like,
gray and
like that map's getting bigger the more shit they do. Like we got a big map now.
Dude,
like,
his B style
is wild.
It is so hard to fucking appreciate.
Yeah, I know.
Or not. No, I'm sorry. No, that's not the right word. It's.
I mean, in photos, it's a fair assessment. It's hard to appreciate. It's more than you can really see in photos. It's like
it's almost like you have to have spent time on the torch to really go like, what the fuck is this guy doing?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Watching him make that cup for the for the fucking Slabtown Cup and Marble show.
Yeah. He was in the zone.
Dude,
I love seeing Sweeney when he's in the zone like that.
So, like, to try and put it into words and try to give it to, like, for you viewers to understand. Like, imagine you have just a solid color cup. As you're heating any of it, it's going to react the way that the other part is because it's the same color. So, like, if you get one part really hot and it gets kind of soupy in this amount of time, you know that the other side is going to get soupy in about that same amount of time. So, like, rounding it out, it all reacts the same way. But because he's doing this like graffiti style type work, like I remember one time watching the part that broke my brain was he has it heated up and he goes to round it out and you can see part of the glass move, but then he had drawn, written something in like in black on the side of it, and it was like layered. So it was black and then a little bit of white on it, then black over it and just little lines. And, like, you saw that black did not move.
Yeah.
Like, he went to shape it, and, like, everything around it shaped out.
Yeah.
But that part itself didn't move because it wasn't hot enough. But, like, all the other glass was hot enough.
Yeah.
And, like, that's how a fucking cup this big with, like, 100 different little writings and stuff on it. And he's sitting there trying to make it perfectly even and shape it out.
Insane. It reminds me of another story that I heard. I'm just on fire with the stories today. Seriously, though, I just hear stories and repeat them. I don't know. It's nothing compromising to people. If anything, the stories I tell build people up, so whatever. If they're true or not, who cares? But I was told that, like, a pretty dope glassblower was trying to do what you're just talking about, like, take a crazy section and shape it specifically.
Yeah.
Which can just get, like, god-awful hard. Like, some of the things people choose to make is just incredibly hard to make a can shape or a bell shape or anything out of it. I mean, so hard. And apparently Contrabasso was in the studio and he was just like, you having trouble? Hand it to me. And just like does it. Just like shapes something super hard perfectly. Like if you see Contrabasso's work, that's what it is. It's like like he'll make a recycler where like it's like clear and milli but like diagonal. And, like, each section, like, works. So, like, for reference, like, stacking things up is a lot more doable in glass. When you have things that are all weird, it's like, you're doing something gnarly. Like,
Dude,
I can't even believe that. But he's a god. He's fucking super good at it.
it's super rad. It's really, really cool.
Hell yeah.
Really fucking cool and impressive work to see.
Dude, let's tell stories about your house.
Okay, hard turn, but let's go. We got good ones here.
Let's do it. Okay.
So, my favorite one to tell, like, right off the bat is Drug Tunnel.
Drug Tunnel.
The Drug Tunnel.
We just got the episode title. Drug Tunnel. Oh,
Drug
that might get demonetized. So
yeah, really.
We'll do rug Tunnel.
We're deep enough in the episode now that they hopefully they won't watch.
Yeah.
So, I live in an area that a while ago was termed Felony Flats.
Yeah.
Because this area of Portland it was gnarly. It was a gnarly area. Like, on my street, we talked to this one guy that owns a couple houses down, and he's pointing out every house along the street, going like, distribution house, flop house. This is where, where everyone like gathered to do the drugs. Distribution house, flop house. Older couple owned it, but grandson lived in it and had people just like running through there, 2 down.
Damn.
And that was pretty much like, and that was just like the whole way down. And our house was manufacturing.
Manufacturing what?
All sorts of crap.
What you need?
Yeah, really.
What you need? What you
Dude,
want?
I mean, it's very easy. You go down in our basement and look up, and like there's multiple. I mean, like every room has different spaces where there's boards nailed across with like nails every 6 inches, hanging wire to hang. And dry
Yeah.
But so we heard about the drug tunnel, and that there was a tunnel from our basement that went across the street into these people's house.
No way.
Yeah. So it went all the way across the street into their place. And we're like, oh, that's kind of crazy. Da 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 da. Well, we go into our spare bedroom that's right behind us.
Let's go.
And open up the closet doors. And have you ever been in...
Thumbnail. Drug tunnel in his house? Anyway. So you go in the spare bedroom.
Go in the spare bedroom, open up the garage, open up the closet doors, and if you've ever been in like a fancy hotel where you open up the closet door and the lights come on...
Fair enough.
They have like these little recessed, pegs. And as you open up the door, the peg comes out and that flicks the light on. Well, we open up our door and look down and notice that we have these little recessed pegs, but there's no lighting or anything in the closet.
Recessed pegs? I'll have to see. I'm trying to picture what you're talking about.
Okay, imagine so you have the baseboard of the base door closes, opens, and there's the baseboard down here. Okay. There's a hole drilled here, and it has a metal peg that's sticking out of it that has a spring behind it. So whenever you close the door, it pushes the peg in, and it'll open whatever circuit. And then as you open the door, the peg comes out.
Oh, and that's what controls the lighting.
Yes,
gotcha,
and that completes the circuit.
So you notice, you're like, why is this here? I don't experience light. Like,
yeah, and I was, what the fuck is it doing? So we lift up the baseboard and see wires going into the basement.
No.
So we go down into the basement, and sure enough, there is fucking wires that lead down to what was an alarm system. So cops come in, raid the place, start opening closet doors and stuff, fucking sets off whatever system downstairs.
No.
Yeah.
Dude, I feel like
Crazy.
Like we're in like mob Chicago. Like
Dude,
Al Capone shit.
We have like my drawing room downstairs is a closet door with a fake back.
It's kind of sketchy.
That you open up the fake back door and it like leads into this like super sketchy cellar room.
Like your wife went in there and I was like, I don't know if I like this. I don't know if this is the one where you like look and go also or stay back because it's like little sus.
Yeah. It's super sketchy.
That's gnarly.
Super fucking sketchy.
They were ready to dip on the drop of a dime.
Yes.
They were just ready to be out of here.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, it could still just be weed because it was just really illegal.
Definitely,
so,
like they
just been a fatty grow.
That was definitely something as well because the amount of like drying areas that they had, like that back room, there was a whole like humidity mitigation system in there.
Mm-hmm.
So there was like like fans and carbon filters and all that stuff in there.
Damn. I
Yeah.
wonder what happened. You know, it had to have all. It probably didn't all just go really well.
We're pretty sure the guy that we bought it from, his parents were like the last generation of that. Like, because this house, the people who built it, like sold it to, because it was built in like 1904 or something like that, or 1905. And then it stayed pretty much in that family until we bought it from the owner.
Damn.
Which is one of the reasons why he sold it to us, because there was a bunch of developers that were offering more than we offered. But he happened to be here whenever we were touring, whenever we were looking at the house, and we had a really cool conversation with him.
Well, yeah, and you're you, so he's like, oh yeah, this guy, I'll fucking sell my house to this guy, because he's so nice, he makes me feel good.
Dude, to be honest, we definitely did not plan on having kids at that time, or like in the near future at all, but we ran up the fact that we were like, oh, we plan on having this as a family home. We're going to start our family. I mean, it did end up happening. Corny Dads.
Yeah, shout out Corny Dads. Dude, damn, that's crazy. That's dope, though.
Super fucking lucky, dude.
So, so it was like longer ago than I might have been imagining. So, like,
yeah.
Many years.
Yeah, we bought in we bought in 2015.
It was built in 1904.
07. 1910.
Yeah. What was the world fucking like back then, man?
Crazy.
Maybe they were trapping moonshine in here. It could have been a speakeasy.
What
if it was?
These were dirt roads. I know that these were dirt roads when it was first made. Like, along with whenever we bought the house, we got a bunch of, like, it's just a bunch of papers from the house.
Cool old pictures and shit?
Yeah.
Dope.
Yeah. A couple cool old shit. And, like, the sidewalk out here has, like, the old street name.
Oh, dope.
Yeah, and it's like it used to be like 23rd or something all the way out here.
Dope. Our sidewalk right now has Sleepy carved in it. It was probably a teenager's alias. Also, we're stamping out a gang problem in Newburgh.
Oh, shit.
Not actually. I don't want to minimize people who actually deal with problems. But the dude across the street is laying down the law about, like, there's, like, teenagers starting a gang, and, like, they're not having it. Yeah, it's intense. We have this one, like, sort of tweaker who's like walking around. It's kind of gnarly, but it's nothing compared to here. So I'm freaking stoked. We got like barely any tweakers, man. Actually, no. Nick has a lot of nice people walk by his house that look at his goats or ducks and chickens.
Let's go.
Have you ever thought about getting goats?
Yeah, Jen wants one real bad, but apparently there's no fucking way.
They're little fuckers.
Dude, they'll eat everything. They'll eat everything.
Talk about finding stuff on your roof.
Yeah, find a goat up there easily because they could climb this tree right onto it.
Speaking of the roof story, what happened with the roof of this place that you're just telling me about?
Wait, which one?
Well, the dogs.
Oh yeah, that was gnarly. So we've had people die in our house. That was one of the things they had to let us know before we bought it.
R.I.P.
Yeah, the previous owner's parents died in the house.
Oh God.
Yeah, and the only reason they found them was because they're like award-winning basset hounds who are like 200 pounds each.
You mean basset hounds? You mean mastiffs?
No,
mastiffs.
No, not mastiffs. These are basset hounds.
Oh,
and
I'm
they
picturing
were like,
beagles.
Yeah, no, these like basset. Imagine a big fat beagle.
Okay.
Like a beagle, just bigger.
Okay.
And like made for like hunting.
Hunting beagle.
Yeah.
There you go.
But they had like 4 of them, and they were stuck inside on the second story for so long that they busted the windows out and ended up on the second story roof, just like, ho, ho, ho.
That's so gnarly.
Yeah, and the cops came, and that's how they found the previous owners.
Damn.
Yeah, fucked.
That's wild.
It's so fucked.
Was the hot tub here?
I don't know. They had, so the previous owner, he had the basset hounds still, like they got passed down, so he still had them, but he had built them a pen out of like plywood and mattresses in the backyard. For the first 5 years we had this, we were finding like little bits of carpet, little bits of blanket, little bits of fucking wood and stuff like that, like buried in the backyard.
Oh.
Because, like, he just made this pen, they just lived out there. And he would just, like, toss a fucking blanket out there. And like that's where they
Damn.
Yeah, and he tossed toss a tarp up over top for them to fucking stay. Yeah, the backyard was fucking wild when we got it. Like it is completely different out there than whenever we first got
If I get a house, can you give me a cut of your fig tree?
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yes.
Fuck yeah. Did you to make another hard turn, did you know you can graft other fig trees, like other species of figs, onto other species of figs?
I did not know.
So like we have a king fig tree. So that's a big fuck off. Like you can get a fist size fucking fig. This size.
Oh, you did, dude. What we tried to get for the thumbnail for the Primo one is what did you say? You were like, big glass dildos, and we were both doing this motion, and Mama was there for 5 minutes trying to trying to get the perfect one where we were both like, I don't know if it made it, but it was pretty entertaining. Awesome. Hey, thank you guys for watching the Primo Extracts episode. We had a ton of fun filming it. We look forward to having more guests on. If you have anybody who you think should be on here in the PDX area, hit us up.
Yeah.
We're open to it, especially if they're already friends with us.
Dude, if you're in the PDX area and want to come on the podcast, fucking hit us up. If you're visiting the Portland area.
Yeah. You just have to be interesting and able to talk, and prone to oversharing would be a bonus also.
Yeah, that definitely helps.
Yeah, it helps.
Weirdos, encouraged.
Yeah, if you're really
the more
weird,
offbeat and awkward you are, come on.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. Well, not offbeat and awkward, but we should have Nick Wick on the pod.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be that.
He made a little guest appearance.
He did.
I haven't watched far enough into it. I need to see it.
Yeah, no, he respectfully hopped on. He was the Nick in place. But yeah, talk to him about what he's getting into. Be pretty
That'd
dope.
be super dope.
Hell yeah.
Dude, real quick though, fucking figs.
Figs.
So you can graft other fig species. So there's the smaller, sweeter figs, and there's 100 type of figs. You could take a branch of that other fig, fucking graft it onto my fig, and then so now you have 2 different types of figs.
Do you make different strains?
Yeah. Well,
can you name them?
I'm sure that would be rad. Dude, we had someone come out and take a bunch of cuts of ours, fly them down to fucking South America somewhere, and put them on a tree that has 13 different types of figs growing on it.
That's beautiful.
Dude, and because the climate that they live in, they are continuously harvesting different types of figs year round. So it's
having.
The king fig fucking fruits from April to June, and then the fucking other fig,
dope.
Right? Just eating sweet ass figs all year long. I'm sorry, I really excited talking about figs.
What strain would you name yours?
I mean, I'm trying to think of something.
What strain of fig?
I mean, it has to do with something with gabagool.
Oh,
obviously.
Prosciutto OG. You like to smoke meaty strains? Right?
Oh, let's go. God, it's the best.
You know? You can have that.
Yeah.
You can
Dude, there's fucking there's definitely lots of meat strains in fucking weed.
Yeah, or just gelato. These are the gelato figs.
There you go.
Be kind of fire.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. What are the big... Oh, have I told you what my uncle does? I don't think I have. Because I don't talk about my uncle much. But he lives in Iowa, and he has a basement grow, not weed.
Of what?
He fucking breeds heuchera, a garden flower, to my knowledge, with no medicinal or recreational bioactive use, just heuchera flowers. But he has some his wife and him both are in the nursery realm. Forgive me, I don't remember the actual name of it, but his wife is a professor of nursery horticulture.
Dude, okay.
So she's a horticulture professor, so they're both super techy with plants and stuff they know.
Dude, that's super fucking cool.
It's pretty cool. It was always I never understood it at all, because it's no real product that gets sold. He's chasing one. It seems like he's chasing one golden goat idea or something of some sort of hybridization. Maybe it's grows well in winter or some shit. There's some reason that he's trying to pinpoint one type of strain.
I was gonna say fucking you can buy orchids now that you can grow really easily because of fucking someone like your uncle.
Yeah, right. So he's that person doing the back end where he has he runs through the whole time I've ever existed, he's been just like always like running
That's
through
pretty
crazy
cool,
grows.
to be honest.
And then
That's
when I was like
super fucking cool.
when I was like a little teenage fucker, he like was explaining to my parents how he like got his grow set up, and he was like, yeah, they busted some people from weed, and I was just like like shit, like that's so like it feels like that's cool, but like don't say anything, but like that's like kind of dope, but like I don't know how to fucking feel right now, like I smoke weed, but I can't tell you guys, but like this weed stuff, like,
like you suddenly hear weed and become very interested, and your parents are like, why are you asking so many questions now, Ben?
Yeah, he like got grow lights from some busted grow op. That's what he shared. He was like, oh, I just got all this stuff from Craigslist. It was some like police thing. And I was like, dude, this is so lit.
Awesome.
He was just in the Midwest, like, oh man, yeah. So he had one person come from like Sweden or something, and like I think like cashed him out hella.
Nice.
So it's just like never get paid forever for like 10 years, but then crack the code and make a bag off of a Hukra breed.
That's pretty
kind of cool. Yeah,
dude. I mean,
hella
super
random.
similar to what we were talking earlier about, like glass artists and like wanting to like just make a sculpture, just make something out of glass. Like you grow enough weed and like you fuck around with enough strains, like you finally want to go like yeah, dude, I want to like grow something else. Yeah, dude, that's why we grow fucking avocado plants. Ooh, because like, dude, we kept growing. Like I have a super humid grow, you know, I have a room downstairs and it stays hot and has lights on and mimics a Central American climate in grow cycle.
Tesla.
Yo,
it's pretty. It's nice. So why not throw an avocado plant in there?
Yeah, why not grow something?
Don't they have some weird nuance though? That they don't breed for every like million years or something.
They won't produce for the first like 3 to 5 years.
I heard a story about Mod Sun. You know Mod Sun? Mod Sun's an artist who like, I don't know, he used to do kind of pop punk shit, like rap shit, whatever. Okay. He was talking about an avocado tree like near his house and how like he lived there for like 5 years or whatever, never saw an avocado, and then one day a tweaker like took a belt and started beating it, and like the next year it bloomed. It fucking like made avocados, and it was just like pretty symbolic.
No shit.
Yeah, he said like one day another local was just like drunk or whatever, and like, fuck you, avocado tree. And then the year after it actually started fruiting or whatever. It's like, dude, you can't be serious.
We're coming up on like they're 4 or 5 years on the one downstairs.
Tough love.
And then this one
is
a couple years younger.
Break its branches and shit. Beat it. And it'll
I mean, I frequently won't water it for a long time. Like, you know, like in between harvests, you know, it really doesn't get a lot of lighter water.
That was one thing I wanted to ask you though, is like hobbies you like gardening is a hobby, but like any that you haven't explored, or I guess like growing different things is a dope hobby. That would be cool to explore more.
That's really what this room's all about.
Hell yeah.
Like what you guys don't see is
let's show them. Let's break the rules. Yeah. You want to break the rules?
Let's go. Move the camera.
Break the rules.
Move the camera.
Okay, we just gotta not show your street address.
Oh, I don't give a shit.
Hey, this is Gabagool.
What up?
And Brucey.
But yeah. So yeah, we have a couple plants.
Very nice. Which one's your favorite?
To be honest, I like this guy. He started out. I know he started. It's like a trumpet. Something I don't know, but it started out as like super sickly and only had like 2 little things, and we've been growing and working on it for like a year now.
Nice. They're all living plants. If you guys are in the focus studio, I got some nice green plants, but they from IKEA. They're fake. Wait, little marble.
Oh yeah, Serenity Oddfellows. Shout out.
Oh guys, this is what we'd be talking about. All right, so what ducks are left? Because I did an oopsie. I was just trying to be like, I'm part of the thing. Because Nick Wick posted a video or a photo of like chickens and stuff, and
Where's Black Dynamite?
I was like, "Where's Black Dynamite?" Because like that's the one name I know, which is like really unfortunate.
Black Dynamite got eaten by a raccoon like 2 days before.
R.I.P. That was rough.
That was the best.
I'm sorry about that.
Dude, I don't give a shit. Like,
so who's left? Who's left?
Yeah, so we got these 4 ducks left. That's Moko, the dark brown duck.
Okay.
Zorro is the light brown duck with her beak kind of shoved into her thing. Forget what the white one that's standing's their name is. And then Lavender is the gray duck in the back. Lavender's the oldest. She used to be like one solid gray, but now you can see she's like changing colors and whatnot.
Dang.
But yeah, so 4 ducks and we only have 3 chickens left.
3 chickens left?
Yeah, dude.
Out of how many?
We used to have 6 ducks and 7 chickens.
Damn, they're dropping like flies. Bro.
Yeah, it was a bit brutal.
It's savage out here. Well, okay, we got a little bit left. Hell yeah. Yeah. So what are all the animals that have cycled through? Has it mostly been those that you've had, or anything crazy?
Nah, we just had a bunch of chickens and ducks. But we've had a pretty solid amount of chickens and ducks by this point because, raccoons are a real thing and they like learn how to break into shit. And actually, the last one, the fucking raccoon attack happened before bedtime. So like we lock them inside their coops at a certain time each night.
And there's dogs around frequently.
Yeah, tons of dogs always run around.
So
but yeah, like I got home from work and went back to the backyard to close all the birds up and like just took a step into the coop and was like, holy shit.
Sketch.
Yeah, 2 ducks or 1 duck and 2 chickens just fucking slaughtered right there.
Damn.
We have 1 white chicken, Mary Kate. We used to have 2 white chickens, Mary Kate and Ashley. Oh. So the 2 fucked up white bitches.
Oh.
And Mary Kate, Ashley got killed a long time ago. Mary Kate got fucking scalped. Like she used to have a big crown. The crown got ripped off. Yeah. Yeah. So she's been the one that's like, she's fucking like hardcore. Like she is gnarly. So I go to put all the birds away. That night, fucking come in, most of them are slaughtered. The ducks were out front. So they're staying as far away as possible.
Yeah.
A couple of the other birds that were still alive were also out front. And I'm like, what the hell's going on? I get back there. Dude, Mary Kate is perched on top of the coop, like 10 feet from the dead birds, just like, like staring at him. I was like, Mary Kate, what are you doing? Like, you don't have to be near all this death.
Yeah, like leave. Oh my God.
Yeah, no, she was just like, didn't get me, bitches. These are the weak ones.
Damn. That's gnarly.
Yeah.
Have you ever like considered keeping the dogs out at night in good weather so they can like fuck with them?
Yes, we did. Summertime, whenever it was nice out, like Bruce, we leave out.
Yeah.
But
he'd fuck them up.
Yeah, he would.
Like he wouldn't let that shit happen. Hell no. It's a family here. Like that's thing. If you come to the Benvenuti household and your vibe isn't right, there's a lot of reasons you're gonna leave. Like, there's a lot of fucking reasons. Like Bruce is not gonna like you.
No
one's gonna like you.
Pretty intense.
Like,
it's a fucking. It's intense here. Like it's a lot of energy.
Oh my God. Yeah. Damn.
Yeah, dude. Well, so you're going to be a homeowner sometime soon. Do you guys consider getting like birds of any sort? Animals of any sort? That's a good decision. Kind of. There's a certain freedom that you get with less animals that's a bit untouchable. For true.
Once you're there, it's a bit different. Different responsibilities. You've got to network in with people who can take care of them when you're gone, kind of thing.
Yep.
So yeah, maybe. Chickens would be cool, just for the eggs. That would be super dope.
And yeah, as far as like that whole thing, you can automate a chicken's life really easily.
Yeah.
Yeah, really fucking easily.
Yeah. We consider it. Yeah. This new place, I think before we did that, we'd get more into gardening. We tried to plant some stuff at the place we're at now, and I think 2 different times, I think you might have a perspective on this because you're better at gardening, but what happened was Haley's grandma's friend had a really beautiful garden, like a nice one, a bit out in the country, where I would guess it's like pretty effing organic and nice and shit. So she gave us some like great cuts or whatever, something small, but they didn't do well. So might that be like we're just in the city? 'Cause we had some suspicion. It was like these beautiful fucking plants, and then they like didn't live. And it was just tomatoes. Because we were like, okay, if we can't grow tomatoes, we don't need to be trying too hard to. Yeah,
really, tomatoes are pretty just like
how does that
planting go sort of thing.
Yeah.
Did you guys do them in pots or in the ground?
Pots. So we were like, this must just be like some weird air here or something.
Yeah, I checked like the soil.
Yeah.
Tomato plants are holy crap! I'm sorry. It just started raining hella hard.
Damn.
Yeah.
It's Millie
Jesus.
Monday. I'm about to go to Sweeney's.
Yes.
Be making a big old Millie and be nice and warm and toasty.
Fuck yeah.
So stoked. I
Are
haven't
you
told
gonna
anyone. Dude, today I'm putting together a bunch of different Millies.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Making like fatty.
Yeah?
And I'm hoping to like get Sweeney to like put a bunch of shit in there too and like fuck with it.
Oh, shit.
I want Sweeney to... I want to make a big glob of shit and have Sweeney just kind of like... Woo, like fuck with it.
Yeah.
Like put some own shit in there.
That's fucking cool.
He's so fun.
That
We'll
is
see what
super
he's
cool.
up to. Yeah. Yo, he's got his home renovation done. He actually, it was a big encouragement to like, for some reason, Sweeney's a good vibe reader, but I was just over there one day and he was just like, have you guys looked at houses again? And like, we don't even like talk about that much, but it was just like, damn, dude, you just like, yeah, we've been thinking about it. So like, a bunch of different reasons, we just looked into it more and like, we might be there. We might be there. I don't want to get my hopes up too much because I know that's my type of thing to do. I just want to like chill and like.
Dude, but to be honest, like out here, the housing market, it is a you type of market. You got to find something, buy it right away.
Yeah.
I think that's just what it is.
Right. So while it feels a little like crazy to go quickly, it is sort of the nature of things. It's done me well in the past to follow the vibes, so I'm gonna keep doing it.
That's super exciting. Man.
Hell yeah.
It's super fucking exciting.
On that note, we're gonna end it here. Thank you for tuning into episode 13. Much love, dude.
Let's go.
Stay corny. The next episode, we're trying hot chips.